300 cubits long, by 50 cubits wide, by 30 cubits high. Higher than Mr. Brittas's office. With 3 decks and stairs so that the animals can go out 2 by 2 to spend a penny and be sick.
Pennies on the ark.
And I've worked out a seating plan. Mammals over there, reptiles up the front, fish along here, with the sharks separated from the nice fish, of course.
You don't need to put fish on the ark. They can stay in the sea.
Hey?
Well, what's the flood to a fish? It's more room to swim around in.
June, you have a brain. I can see why that young man of yours wants to marry you.
Oh, him, yeah.
The fish can stay in the sea. And I don't have to have the whales on board. There'll be more room. The chickens can be free range.
Julie, in 2 minutes from now, you'll be 1 minute late for work.
Yeah, and in 3 months' time, some people have spent 38 years being thick as a brick.
Thank you, Julie. And it's 37.
Mr. Brittas, as you know, I've been helping Linda's Bible class with their project about Noah's Ark. Now, I've laid out the dimensions so that the children can see how big it was.
Colin?
But with your permission, I would like to launch a small-scale model I have made of the Ark in the pool.
Colin?
I've filled out all the forms, Mr. Brittas, in top supplicate.
Colin, what do you see before you?
I see you, Mr. Brittas. God's gift to the leisure industry.
Colin, I can see a whole load of old rubbish over there. Supermarket trolleys, car wheels, bicycle tyres. We had the travellers in here last night, hundreds of them.
Did we? Now, that explains why there was all that underwear on the rose bushes this morning. Left in a hurry, did they?
They certainly did, when I threw them out. Get it cleared up, please.
Oh, you're not looking at that one of me in my beach pyjamas with my sunburnt nose. I look awful. I'm going to throw it away.
No, you look lovely.
Do I? Oh, it's not even my good side. The other side's my good side. Look, if you hold it up to the light, you can see my good side. Oh, welcome to a new Leisure Centre. How may I help you?
It's me, Carol.
Oh, sorry, Miss Briss.
I'm free now, aren't I?
Yes, there's no one left for counselling today.
Good. Carol, my last client, when he left, did he walk all hunched up, head down, jabbering to himself?
Yes, Miss Briss.
Good. He's getting better.
Funny thing about the twins, Carol.
Oh, I know. It's the flash that frightened them. But look, you can see their little eyes from underneath the sofa. And actually, their eyes are blue, not red.
No, not that one. This one of them in profile. They remind me of someone.
Oh, do they really? Royalty, perhaps, or Cliff Richard?
Well, no, oddly enough, they look like Mr. Brittas.
Mr. Brittas? They look nothing like Mr. Brittas. What a stupid thing to say.
I'm sorry, but they do. They look like Mr. Brittas.
No, they don't. They haven't even got blazers on. How dare you?
I'm sorry, but they do look like Mr.
They do not look like Mr. Brittas. My twins have beautiful round faces. Mr. Brittas has a great big craggy sort of face.
Morning, Carol.
Oh, Mr. Brittas. I was talking about another Mr. Brittas. A Mr. Brittas with a great big craggy sort of face.
Carol, are you planning a nervous collapse? There's a procedure for that sort of thing, you know.
Mr. Brittas, good news from the pool. The urine content's down to 9%.
Good man, Gavin. Meeting in 10 minutes, please.
Right. Just before you go, Mr. Brittas, could I see your profile? Could you turn to the side, Mr. Brittas?
Carol, I'm a very busy man. I don't have time to turn my head to one side.
Cockroach, Mr. Brittas. Ah! Oh, that's true.
It's not true. There is no cockroach, Carol. This is a cockroach-free zone. You're seeing things again.
It's a nightmare. It's the end of the world.
Carol, that's just stupid newspaper talk because of the millennium. Cockroaches taking over, global warming, sea levels rising. It'll take a pretty high tide to reach here, Carol.
How am I going to live with myself?
Carol, you don't have to live with yourself. You've got Ben. And just look at those lovely twins. Their father must be a very proud man, whoever he is.
Heads a marry him, tails a don't. Best of 3. Heads a marry him, tails a don't. Best of 5.
Julie!
I'm busy, I'm planning my life.
Come in here with your notepad and pencil, please.
What now?
Right, Judy, take a note, please. I'm afraid Carol is having some sort of nervous collapse. She's to have counselling sessions with Mrs. Brittas.
Isn't that a bit like taking coals to Newcastle?
Deduct it from her wages, please. Right, Julie, what is today? The 22nd, Julie. It is 7 years to the day since we opened this centre and I took the reins of what has become a leading player in the leisure centre industry. Julie!
See those 2 flies on the window? If the one on the right gets to the top first, I'll marry him.
Julie!
Good stuff. I'll take that as a no. What?
Look, you spent weeks trying to make up your mind, Julie. Why don't you just marry the man?
How can I marry a man I can't stand?
Treat it as a challenge, Julie. Many women do.
Lucky for you, they do.
I was locking up, and there they were, all over the car park. Gypsies. So, I phoned Mr. Brittas at home, and he was in the middle of making a kedgeree for some people he'd got coming to dinner, but he came straight round, and he was amazing. He just turned them out by sheer force of personality.
You mean he bored them to death until they left?
But then this old gypsy woman stepped forward, like Mother Teresa with a moustache. And she pointed 2 fingers at him, like that.
Oh, please.
And she put a curse on him. The guest who eats food from your hand shall die like a dog in a ditch.
The guest who eats food from... Hey, what if he eats a sandwich he made himself?
There's every chance he'll die like a dog in a ditch. I like it.
I don't believe in curses, of course.
Well, nor do I, of course.
Morning all, or should I say happy birthday? In you come, Julie. Ta-da! Congratulations to us all on 7 glorious years here at Whitbury Newtown Leisure Centre. It is 7 years to the day since the first member of public came through those hallowed portals.
And you threw him out, Mr. Brittas.
He was wearing unauthorised water wings, Gavin. Attention to detail, my middle name. Come on, Linda, blow the candles out, please. Right, now, make a wish.
Oh, I wish...
You wish we could all work here forever as a happy team. Quite right, Linda. Right, now, slice of cake, anyone?
Oh, lovely.
Right, let me hand it to you personally.
What?
I made it myself.
You made it.
I did. Be my guest.
Guest? Well, perhaps not. A bit of a tummy upset, actually, Mr. Brittas.
Linda, come on, made it my own fair hand.
Could I have mine later? I had a big breakfast.
Anyone would think it was poisonous. Tea?
I'm allergic to candles.
I'll have a slice.
No, you're slimming, Julie.
I'm not. I lost weight having the baby.
What was that?
What's that smell?
I'm sorry I'm late, Mr. Brittas. Don't worry about the explosions. I discovered a nasty build-up of methane gas in the main stench pipe. But I've been down there, rigged up a pilot light, and there will be controlled detonations throughout the day.
Well, Colin, just this once, top management approves your action.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brittas. I've also taken the precaution of putting these little birds around the place to test for foul air.
Colin, we're celebrating 7 years of Whitbury. Everyone's having cake.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brittas.
Don't touch it. Not in those gloves, I mean.
Point taken, Linda. I'll take it, I'll put it in my pocket, and I'll enjoy it later after I've blown out the main sludge filter.
Well, I must say, I'm a bit disappointed, as any cook would be. Nobody had my cake.
Mr. Brittas, you're eating cake.
That's right, Linda. Never seen a man eating cake before. What are you all staring at? Nah. You've been telling them about the gypsy curse, haven't you?
Oh, we don't believe it, Mr. Brittas.
You were worried I was going to die. Well, I haven't.
It's early days yet, Mr. Brittas.
The question I've always wanted to know the answer to is, why did I ever say yes to going out with Gordon in the first place? You're a yes sort of person. You're the sort of person that says yes, and you always will be. Always? You mean I can't change? Well, what's the point in all this then? I mean, 30 quid an hour and you can't change people. It's a racket, it's daylight robbery. Just practicing staff training. Is there a client waiting for me?
Yes, it's me. I've put my name down in the book. I've come to talk about my twins and their father.
Oh, Carol, you're not still trying to find him, are you? He could be anyone, anywhere.
The twins are 3 now, Miss Briss. And do you remember 3 years and exactly 9 months ago, we all went to a New Year's fancy dress party at Julie's?
And Colin won first prize as Fungus the Bogeyman. And he wasn't even dressed up.
I went up to the bedroom to fetch a tissue from my coat. It was dark. A man came in. He said nothing. He was very tender and romantic and loving. And I've never regretted a moment of it, Miss Briss.
Nor should you. It was a beautiful thing.
I think it might have been Mr. Briss, Miss Briss.
My Gordon? Oh, Carol, surely not.
He was dressed as King Kong, Miss Briss. What was Mr. Briss dressed as?
Well, King Kong, as it happens. But Gordon wasn't the only gorilla. Like, there were several tigers.
No, there were only 2 tigers. I was dressed as a tiger and you were dressed as a tiger. I now realise that he thought I was you.
Carol, I'm sure you're imagining things.
He wasn't being tender and loving and romantic with me, Miss Briss. He thought he was making love to you.
I'm sure you're wrong. I saw him in the garden talking to a pillar box.
No, that was Tim Gavin. 9 months later, I had twins, Miss Briss. You've had twins. Mr. Brittas is a twin. Twins run in the family. Now look at my twins, Miss Briss. Look at their profiles.
I've been dreading this moment, Carol. I've always suspected that it might be Gordon too.
I didn't mean to steal your husband.
I know you didn't, Carol. It was just one of those gorillas that pass in the night.
I thought that gorilla loved me. For myself. But he didn't. He loved you. Which means nobody loves me, Miss Briss!
Even though you're the other woman.
Don't take...
You'll have to be told, you know. Yes? What? Oh, Beryl. Yes, I'm so glad you could come to dinner last night, too. What? A bit of a crisis? Oh, have you? Harold? Oh, you mean he's ill? He's dead? He can't be dead. The kedgeree? Well, Gordon made it. Of course he washes his hands. Gordon's very careful. He doesn't make silly mistakes. Gordon always knows what he's doing. Mostly he does.
Gavin, I've made the decision about this cake. We'll flog it to the public, 50p a slice.
Is that really wise, Mr. Brittas?
Gavin, there is nothing wrong with this cake. Gypsy curse. She had a mobile phone.
Oh, no, not the goldfish.
All that curse nonsense is in the mind, Gavin. And old Goldie here doesn't have a mind. He's lucky. Look at him, he loves it. Got to talk to Colin. Should be here in 3 minutes' time.
I'm sorry I'm early, Mr. Brittas. The children are here for the launching.
Colin, you're not putting live animals from Children's Corner on that ark, are you? I don't want them moving their bowels in the pool.
No, Mr. Brittas. The children are putting their little toy animals on the ark, 2 by 2.
And I want a written report about this marsh gas problem, please.
It's caused by a massive impacted excreta, Mr. Brittas, in the U-bend.
Have it on my desk by midday, please.
Will call, Mr. Brittas. I'll wrap it in newspaper.
I think he meant the report, Colin.
Hey, this canary's dead.
Marsh gas! The air's not fit to breathe! Everyone stop breathing!
It's nothing to do with air. It's those cake crumbs you gave it off the floor.
Mr. Brittas's cake is above suspicion.
Oh, really? Goldie only had 2 or 3 crumbs.
I suppose my husband's in his office.
You all right, Mrs. Brittas?
I'm in a state of shock. In fact, I'm in 2 states of shock at the same time.
I'm sorry.
Hello, twinnies. Just looking at you.
Mrs. Brittas, we have a major problem with Mr. Brittas. We may have to restrain him.
It's a bit late for that.
Now, whose toy can be Mr. Noah?
Batman.
Yeah, Batman's the nearest. He's got a cloak to keep out the rain. And Mrs. Noah can be Cindy. Yep. And we've got 2 teddies and 1 My Little Pony from Laura. Oh, there's Uncle Colin.
Hello, children!
Uncle Colin.
This is serious, Colin. What are we going to do?
One thing at a time, Gavin.
Should we do the launching down at this end, Uncle Colin?
No, I think we'll do it down at this end, Auntie Linda, and I'll tell you why. So that we can slide the ark down the slide and it can go whoosh into the water like a lifeboat being launched. Right, round you come. Oh, there's the thunder. It's going to rain for 40 days and 40 nights.
Not really. Not real rain.
Upstairs at Julie's party? I thought it was you.
Well, it wasn't. It was Carol. I was downstairs washing up plastic cups because we'd run out, making myself useful.
But it was you on those coats. I recognised you. The stripes on your flank.
Carol's costume came from the same shop.
But they were your whiskers. They tickled.
It was Carol's whiskers, Gordon. It was Carol.
But you led me on. You swished your tail.
It was Carol who swished her tail. God, is that all it takes to make you beat your chest?
I beat my chest, did I?
She says you did.
If only I'd gone as the Tin Man, none of this would have happened.
Now the rain's coming down and it's filled the whole pool. And it's time to launch the Ark, Uncle Colin. Bye, Teddies. Bye, Batman. Bye, Cindy. Bye.
I name this ship Noah's Ark. God bless her and all who sail in her. Maybe I should have shut the portholes.
So that's 5 children you've got, including Carol's 2 and our 3.
We've got 4 children, Helen.
All right, making 6. And then there's Ben to think about.
I wish I was dead.
Oh, that reminds me. Did you wash your hands before you made the kedgeree last night? Because one of our dinner guests isn't very well. Harold, he's not well at all. In fact, he's dead.
Dead? Go away, I'm busy.
You're not doing anything.
Yes, I am. I'm listening to what's going on in there.
Now, that's not right, Julie. There is such a thing as executive privacy. What is going on in there?
Mind your own business. What do you want?
I've got an appointment with him at 11 o'clock.
Councillor Watsit's here.
Tell him to wait.
There was nothing wrong with that kedgeree. I washed the rice myself.
Well, you managed to kill your best friend.
This is not a very good morning for me, Helen. It's only 11 o'clock. Harold wasn't just my best friend. He was my only friend.
Don't count Carol, then.
I told you, Helen. At that moment, I was worshipping you with my body.
Well, you missed. And there's bound to be a post-mortem.
On Carol?
On Harold.
This is a nightmare.
I'm sending Councillor Drugget in. He's in my way.
I better go back to Carol, try and repair your damage.
Helen, look, I'm right behind you.
From now on, I want you to stay right in front of me where I can see what you're doing.
Gordon, congratulations. 7 glorious years.
I'm sorry, Councillor. I've just had 2 bits of bad news.
Well, it's good news now, Gordon. We're giving you early retirement.
Early retirement?
Yes, that's right. End of the month, off you go to the golf course or whatever.
Early retirement? I'm a young man, Jack.
Now, that's the beauty of it. You'll get 40 or 50 years of retirement. And we drew lots. Your name came out of the hat. Well, budgets being what they are, someone had to go. All the names went in, mine included, and out came yours. You won, you lucky man.
This has not been a very good morning for me, Jack, and it's only 2 minutes past 11.
Here's your coffee. What a morning.
Wonderful. Oh, biscuits, yes, I'll have a biscuit.
Oh, Mr. Brittas made those. There's some sort of curse on them.
Biscuit making. Oh, grand retirement hobby. Good old Gordon. Can I have 2?
Be my guest. Birth, death, early retirement, what else is there?
What's the trouble, Gordon?
It's like I'm having a terrible dream. Only I know I'm not dreaming. I've still got my trousers on.
Nonsense. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. And mine. By the way, these are delicious. Now then, if you can just sign there, there, and there for your pension, and, oh yes, I hope you don't mind, but I've got to take the nameplate off your door. Oh, they want to put it on the golf trolley they're giving you. Oh, ha, what a giveaway.
I don't think he deserves this.
There'll be some changes here, Julie. If you want to keep your job... Oh dear, my stomach. Oh, my head. Oh, my head. My heart.
Oh, it's all self with you, isn't it? Me. He's has got the problem, hasn't he? Do you think I should get married?
Could I have a glass of water?
You don't need a glass of water. Just say yes or no.
Well, they do say these things come in threes, Helen. Early retirement, of course, means I'll have more time to spend with the children. And more children to spend my time with, yes. Of course, I'll be able to attend Harold's funeral, so not everything's gloomy.
Miss Brittas.
Hang on a second. What is it, Julie?
It's Councillor Drugget.
What about him?
He's dead.
Of course he's not dead.
Well, he's sat in there as stiff as a ramrod with his eyes closed.
Well, maybe he's just dropped off.
That's right, he's just dropped off his perch.
Mr. Brittas would never kill anyone, especially not a councillor. He has too much respect for local government.
Colin, the facts are staring you in the face. Druggett ate the biscuit. He's dead. Brittas's guest ate the kedgeree, and he's dead. The goldfish and the canary, they ate the cake crumbs, and they're dead.
Marsh gas is very strange stuff, Gavin. It builds up. It forms pockets.
You're not telling me that marsh gas made pockets in the kedgeree last night?
I wouldn't put it past it. It's marsh gas that's causing the greenhouse effect. The sea level's rising, level in the swimming pool's rising. And look at that cup of tea. I've been sipping at that all day, and it's still full.
Well, that pipe's dripping, Colin.
Oh, I thought it had a funny taste.
Colin, Brittas is killing people. Killing people who accept food from him. Tomorrow's the start of Whitbury Senior Citizen Week. We're doing the Darby and Joan Tea Party. Brittas is making the pilchard sandwiches. It'll be a massacre.
My word, look at that. The build-up of pressure in the toilet is almost out of control. This could be the big one. We could pebble dash 5 counties.
Colin, I'm talking mass murder here.
So am I. I'm going to have to get greased up and crawl down that stench pipe. Wish me luck.
It's like talking to a lavatory wall.
A fine man and a great counsellor. Deeply missed, much mourned.
Still, it's an ill wind. So when you think about it, it's Councillor Druggett that's taken early retirement.
Please, Julie, no flippancy at this very sad juncture.
No, he's gone, so you won't have to.
That is a very good point, Julie. Things are looking up. I won't need this anymore, that's for sure. Is that my cake? Someone's thrown my cake away, Julie. I baked that cake with my own hand, with the finest ingredients. What happens? Someone chucks it away. Well, at least the birds can have it.
Oh, are you sure? Don't you think we'll get a lot of dead birds on our hands?
Yeah, it's a lot of mumbo-jumbo. In fact, it's jumbo-mumbo-jumbo.
Tell you what, if an even number of birds falls out of the sky, I'll marry him.
Carol? I don't really know what to say, Carol.
It's not like you, Miss Briss.
I think from now on you should call me Gordon.
Thank you, Gordon. Perhaps you'd like to call me Tigger.
I don't think so, Carol. That's what I call Mrs. Brittas. About Julie's party, Carol. I'm afraid I'd had a drink. I'd had several units of fruit cup. Look, I just want to say...
No, please don't, Miss Briss. Those caresses were meant for somebody else, Miss Briss. They were meant for Mrs. Briss, Miss Briss.
I meant those caresses at the time, Carol. Whoever was on the receiving end.
Thank you, Miss Briss. I suppose I'm a sort of surrogate mother, Miss Briss.
And a very wonderful surrogate mother, Carol. Are my surrogate children in?
I've just sent the children, our children, to play school. I gave them banana sandwiches. I hope that meets with your approval.
On brown bread, I trust?
Of course, Miss Briss.
One more thing, Carol. Have you told our children who their father is?
No. I thought I'd wait till they were 40 and both sitting down.
Quite right, Carol. They can call me Uncle Gordon till then. Oh, by the way, I plan on buying them each a premium bond.
Very generous, Miss Briss.
Look who it is, Mrs. Brittas.
Well, I think the one thing that's definite is that we should all stick together for the sake of the children.
Yes. I've just got to go to the office. I'll see you later, my darling.
All right, darling.
Yes, I know you fought in the war, so you know how to make your own sandwiches.
Oh, yes. We have to come in the back way. The place is full of dead birds out there.
We didn't find the gypsies, not even on the bypass.
Right, so we can't get the gypsies to lift the curse, so we've got to find some other way of getting Brittas out of harm's way.
Maroon him on a desert island, except without any Shakespeare, a Bible, or any records.
Lock him in that space under the swimming pool.
Where the stench pipe starts, yes.
He's not going to go down there without a fight.
Well, we'll reason with him. He's a reasonable man.
Colin, I'm sorry. You'll just have to deal with it yourself. I'm facing a mutiny here. Bye. Gavin, I am the captain of this ship.
Oh, come on, Mr. Brittas, you know it makes sense. Do you want to go down in history as a mass murderer?
Look, I'm not going into any space under any pool.
It's for the good of Whitbury, Mr. Brittas.
I'm sorry, Mr. Brittas, but if you won't go quietly, then I am taking command of this leisure centre. Is this your ruler?
Yes.
Then your command is at an end. Linda, make a citizen's arrest.
You're nicked, Brittas.
No, I am not.
You are.
Mr. Brittas!
What is it, Julie? I'm busy.
The police have come about your kedgeree. They want to see you outside.
Sorry to say this, Mr. Brittas, but we have to evacuate the building.
Colin, we practice evacuating the building at 11 o'clock on Tuesdays. People of Whitbury set their watches by it.
This isn't a practice, Mr. Brittas. This is the real thing. She's about to blow. You have 30 seconds.
Right, I'm resuming command. This is an official crisis.
Yeah, when isn't it?
Ring the police.
The police are here.
Clear the building. Linda, get the public out, please.
There aren't any.
What?
There's only one all day and you threw him out.
Oh, well done, Brittas. 70 years ago, you threw out the first punch, and now you've thrown out the last.
Well, he was petting in the pool. In the centre, please. Right, as soon as the centre goes up, I want all these dead birds disposed of.
Watch out, that goose is heading straight for us.
Not now, Helen. Or is it Carol?
It's the hearthrug, Mr. Brittas. You're all right now, Mr. Brittas. You're on my ark. I've been secretly building it in the car park. We're afloat. We're safe.
What? In the pool, you mean?
On the ocean, Mr. Brittas.
Hello, Gordon. We're your wives. You're going to be everyone's father now.
We've got to repopulate the world. We've drawn up a roster.
Where's my blazer? What's this dressing gown thing?
I've got to go, Mr. Noah. We've got a build-up of droppings in the bilge. That's the good news. The bad news is the woodworm have escaped. They're breeding like flies and they're starving.
Abandon ship.
To the lifeboats. Women and children first.
Tickets, please. Can I have your tickets, please?
What do you mean, tickets?
Tickets. Can I have your tickets, please? Tickets, please.
Come on, Gordon, wake up.
Where am I?
Belsen Junction. 10 minutes to Whitbury. Tickets, please.
Refreshments. Last chance for a cup of coffee if you want one.
Cup of tea, please.
Helen, I've just had this amazing dream with all these people in it.
You fell asleep right in the middle of me talking to you. Maybe don't do that at your interview. You're never going to get this Whitbury job if you don't concentrate. Excuse me, please. Now, they're bound to ask you this one. They always do. Why do you want the job as manager of Whitbury Newtown Leisure Centre?
Why do I want the job? I want the job, Helen, because I have a dream.